So I get this. I have this deal in Arlington, Texas right now.
Okay.
And the seller's behind $20,000 in arrears. And I'm catching up the arrears as part of the sub 2. And then the seller, during my negotiations with them, goes, "Oh, by the way, I owe a personal friend $50,000. Wow. Will you pay off my friend?" I was like, "I'll pay off your friend if this friend will seller finance the deal to me." Like, she owes 50 grand to her friend. So I'm like, I'll sell if your friend seller finances that 50 grand to me and I can pay it off, let's say in 5 years, I'll do it.
Right.
And she calls her friend. Her friend's like, "Absolutely not. I want my money right now." So I go, "Okay, all right, whatever. I still want the deal. It's a great deal in Texas. It's going to cash flow me, I don't know, $3 grand a month on an Airbnb. It's in a wonderful location. So I'm going to buy the deal regardless, right?" So yesterday, I get an email saying that there's another $36,000 in tax liens.
Whoa.
And I'm like, no. Now I've got $20,000 in arrears, $50,000 in the private lender, and $36,000 in tax liens.
All right.
So I'm like $100 grand just to catch up everybody's crap before I even renovate and furnish the property. So I'm like, this is going to be $130,000 or $140,000, investment. So this morning I called the seller and I said, "Here's what I'm going to do. I'm walking away from the deal." Now, do I want to walk away from the deal? Of course not, but this is just my negotiation strategy. So I go, "I'm walking away from the deal. I can't, this is crazy." And they're like, no. Like, tell me what it would take to get the deal done. I'm like, "Here's what it would take to get the deal done. Your friend seller finances that $50,000 for 20 years at 0% interest. Then I'll pay them their 50 grand. And then she's like, "Okay, they'll do it." I'm like, "Isn't that interesting, Mamadou?" In the original conversation, they're like, "No, we're not gonna negotiate." But now I'm gonna walk away from the deal, and they're willing to negotiate.
Sellers are liars, buyers are liars, but sellers are worse.
Right. So now all of a sudden, the seller's willing to negotiate this $50,000 debt to her friend at 0% interest. The second thing that was interesting, I go, now I know what I can do with this tax lien. So I'm actually going to take the tax lien over sub 2. So the only thing I actually have to come up with is the $19,000 in arrears. I'm paying the seller $0. I'm paying no assignment fees. It just came, this is me and a seller working directly together. So now instead of $120,000 cost, I'm going to be into the deal for probably like 40.
Got it.
And what I'm going to do with the tax lien is I'm going to take the tax lien over subject to, and I'm going to be right before we close escrow. I'm going to call the state and I'm going to say, "This house is getting foreclosed on in 3 days. It has a personal lien. It has this seller is letting this house go. I will pay off the tax lien if you guys are willing to do it for 10 cents on the dollar." And I'm going to leverage it. And then if they say no, I'm still going to close escrow on it. Okay. But I'm going to try and negotiate the tax lien right before it gets foreclosed on and show the state of the county, "This person's losing their house in 2 days. You're going to lose all your ability to get any money. Let's negotiate a smaller amount."
Right.
If the state's like, "We don't care," then what I'll do is I'll still take the house over, but I won't pay off the lien. I'll just take the lien over sub 2. And then the cash flow from my property will then pay the tax lien off for the first year or so.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
That's an amazing deal. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, it'll be a decent deal, but it'll be one of those deals where I'll tell stories about for like 10 more years,
Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a fun one. I have one like that going right now in New Jersey, and it's just been crazy. It's surprise after surprise, but they're fun. Like, I love those because you learn the most with those.
Yeah, nobody else is doing them. Like, people stay away from them, so it's like you feel like you're the Michael Jordan of real estate because you're the only person that can deal them.
Exactly.
Well, let's get started because I want to be respectful of your morning, and bro, thank you for being so patient.
Yeah, thank you.
That seller call happened, and then I had Alejandro Alvarez ask me for a credibility email this morning, and so I had to put that together.
Nice.
All right, so hey everybody, welcome to the Get Creative podcast. This is Pace Morby, your host, and we've got a special person, a very, very special person on today's episode, Mamadou. He is so unbelievable. From what I remember, he was about to quit real estate probably a little over a year ago, and he was just like, "This is too hard. It's too challenging." And it's funny now watching him over the last year, the deals he's been involved in, the people he's been able to help. how special of a human being this is. I'm like, why would he have ever quit? So welcome to the Get Creative podcast, Mamadou. How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you. I am so good, man. I'm living life, loving life,
I love it.
enjoying our sub-2 community.
Where do you live, brother? Tell me where you actually live.
I'm actually in Maryland. I live in a place called Owings Mills, Baltimore County, and I do deals all over the DMV. You know,
well, you have a deal going on in Jersey right now, which is what throws me off because I see you doing deals with other students in other locations.
Yeah.
Are you doing deals outside of Maryland?
Absolutely. I'm doing deals in Georgia. I have close few in Georgia. I have deals in North Carolina. I'm doing deals in Texas. I'm doing deals in Florida, buying Airbnbs in Florida right now. And in my local market, like you said, in New Jersey. I actually have 2 probably in Arizona. Those will be my first in Arizona. I'm going to sell them to you if they work out.
Please. I want to do a deal with you. I'll fly you out here. I'll pay you so well. So Mamadou, here's what I really want. The purpose of Get Creative podcast is I want to highlight other people's successes, right? Who cares about Pace, right? At the end of the day, people are like, yeah, Pace is cool. He's been doing this a long time. It seems unattainable for me. It doesn't seem like I can be Pace. Meanwhile, there's thousands of amazing students we have in sub-2. And so what I really want to do today is highlight you as an individual for the audience for 2 reasons. Number one, I want the audience watching this to be able to reach out to you and say, Mamadou, help me. I want to bring leads to you. I want to bring deals to you. So that's number one. And then number 2, I want to show people that they can also get into your position by simply following what you've followed. So number 1, how can people get a hold of you? Let's make sure I put that on the screen.
Yeah. So the easiest way would be IG. A lot of people connect with me for IG at Real Estate Diallo, like my last name, Diallo. I'm very responsive for my DMs. So that would be the best way. I don't want to give my number out here. So
probably a smart move, bro. All right, guys. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, his Instagram is Real Estate Diallo. That's Diallo. Real Estate Diallo. So if you go to Instagram and you look up Real Estate Diallo, you will find Mamadou. Go ahead and DM him and say, yo, here's the thing. I really want you guys to understand. I've seen students like Chuck Billy and other episodes that we've done where Chuck Billy's like, I made $300,000 from one novation agreement. Then I see Chuck Billy give out his contact information. And he goes, dude, I literally made $1 million in novation agreements from this one podcast episode alone. And how is that possible? It's possible because people are going to reach out to you and they're going to want to do deals with you. So, Mamadou, what are the things that you would like to see people reach out to you with? Do you want people that are like, yo, I don't even know what wholesaling is? Do you want people that are like, what is sub-2? What is seller finance? What's novation agreement? Or do you want people to have active leads and deals that you can actually help them with? Let me know what you're looking for.
Yes. So usually, I spend my time with people because I've learned with time that most people will reach out to you for like basic stuff they can find on YouTube. I don't waste my time with that anymore. So it's mostly people that actually have problems I can help them solve, right? So that is actively calling sellers, running into problems. They're like, hey, bro, I have this lead right here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the numbers are. Those are the kind of people I'm looking to work and help. So if you're actively doing deals and having a bunch of leads, or you don't understand creative finance and you need help, those are the kind of people that can reach out to me. And I'll be happy to help. Now I have a team also. They'd be happy to help. Actually, my team just locked up a deal for somebody else yesterday. I wasn't even involved. So I was like the best deal for me.
So guys, this happens to me all the time. Like, check this out. I will actually pull this up on my Instagram DMs. You guys can see how common this is for me. Okay. So I go in my DMs right now. I go into my requests. I can already tell you right now. Ooh, here we go. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm not joking you. This is so hilarious. Check this out. Let's see if I can, gosh dang it. I got to pull this up on my Instagram messages. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up because this is like too good to be true, to be honest. So let's go Pace Morby Instagram. Let's see if I can pull this up on IG. It would be so dope if I could pull this up and show this on a screen share. It's honestly too good to be true. Okay, messages. Okay, let's see here. let's do a screen share. I want everybody watching this to know this is what I typically do when people reach out to me. So here's my Instagram. This is my DM. So I'm going to answer this guy just real quick so it pops up. I'm going to say Mamadou. Now, is it pronounced Mamadou or do I just say that?
Yeah, Mamadou, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say his Instagram is Real Estate Diallo. Boom. Okay. So let's see if this pops up in my messages. It should. Boom. Check this out.
All right.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Where's the message? Okay. So I get all these kind of messages all the time, right? People are saying, hey, I've got a deal. I've got a deal. I've got a deal.
Yes.
Let's go back to my, oh my gosh. So there's a paragraph right here that doesn't show for some reason on my messaging. It's right freaking here.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you on my phone. It's a big old paragraph. He says, this is what he says. Hey, Pace, I'm not a student, but I've watched your YouTube videos. I live in Maryland, DC. Can you please refer me to one of your students so I can squat up with them for my sub-2 deals?
Wow.
This is literally sent to me at 6:45 a.m. this morning. So guys, the reason why I do Get Creative Podcasts is so I can introduce you to some of my students who are leaders in the group. Mamadou is not just a guy doing deals. He's a guy who's a leader, which means he will help you with your lead. So if you are in Baltimore, Maryland, freaking ask him to go on appointments with him. Okay. Hold the camera for him. I'm telling you, his Instagram game is getting better and better and better. What I would do is I would say, Mamadou, I will go on your appointments. I won't bother you. I won't be one of those pesky, annoying people. I'll even pay for gas. Let me go on appointments with you, and I will hold the camera while you're meeting with the seller so that we can get content for your YouTube channel and your Instagram, etc. Bring some value to the guy, even if you don't have leads and even if you don't have deals to work. But primarily, you need to start focusing on generating leads so you can bring them to Mamadou. But I just sent one guy to you, and this happens to me all the time. My goal with this podcast is that you make a crap ton of money with other people who are not sub-2 students.
Yes.
Cool. So that's the purpose of the podcast. But I want to highlight people. Tell me, Mamadou, you wanted to quit real estate, what, like 2 years ago, a year ago? Like, what were you going through at the time?
Over a year ago. So I got frustrated. Actually, I got into it. You know, I discovered I was at my 9 to 5 on my break, going through YouTube. I think I was on the internet, and I was looking for a warehouse, and I landed on a YouTube video. I even forgot who he was. It was talking about wholesaling. So I went straight into it. I didn't overthink it. Started taking imperfect action. But I was going through it. I was getting a lot of contracts, getting canceled, last minute, not closing. The numbers were wrong. I would go to a lot of meetups, network with all these people that say they're actual go-givers, but every time you reach out to them for help, they go, it's $200 one-on-one with me. It's $200 one-on-one with me. But I'm like, I actually have a problem. I need help. I'm not reaching out to you to waste your time. I'm willing to JV, but they won't be, I don't get no help, right? So, and I got tired of Facebook because I found that Facebook is a lot of people that actually stopped doing deals in the 1980s, just over there giving their emails. Right. So I got frustrated. I really got frustrated. I wanted to give up because I'm like, maybe this is a scam. Maybe it's not working. You know, maybe it doesn't work. I'm wasting my time. Let me go back to, I was doing part-time Lyft and driving for dollars at the same time because I quit my 9 to 5, right?
Right.
And I got frustrated. I was like, I was tired of it. And I don't know, for some reason, I got a call with the TTP people from Brent Daniels.
Yeah.
And then I landed on a random podcast video with you and Steve Trank. And you were talking, I forgot what you were talking about, but that resonated with me. And then I started following you on Facebook. And then you had this 16-hour live that you did at one time. And I was like, that's it. This is where I need to be. Like, this is my problem. I'm having all these people I can help, but the cash offer doesn't work. I was like, this is my solution. So I was in my car.
You know what's interesting about this, Mamadou, is I get so many people that DM me and they go, yo, I'm going to learn creative finance after I master wholesaling. Isn't that the biggest crock of shit ever?
The biggest crock of shit, dude. Like, every guru in my market used to tell me to stay away from those. I would call them and say, there's a problem here. There's motivation. They would say, no, stay away from it. It's do this, it's do that. So when I discovered you on that, I'm like, this is the solution. So I got on. I remember I was lifting that day. I drop off literally my customer. I drop him off. I got on the phone call with your team, and dude, my last dollar, my last savings that I put into your, and I prayed in my car. I was like, please tell me, please. I hope this is not a scam. Please, please. And the next day, I got my password and everything, and I got in. And I was expecting to be like any other, mentorship that gurus sell out here. You just get in and you start watching videos. Oh my God, I was so wrong. Like, I was so wrong. So my first deal that actually went through and closed was a subject to driving for dollars while I was lifting. So I heard you on that 16-hour live. Here's what I did, Pace. You were talking, I think, to LaShawn from Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, LaShawn Baker. I love her.
Exactly. You were breaking down to her how you talk to sellers, like dumb it down. I wrote exactly what you said. I dropped off the 16-hour live. I remember I had a seller in my CRM that had a problem, and I could help this lady. I called her right away. I said, listen, I have a new solution. I went a little bit, but I didn't try to explain the mechanics and everything. And the next day I joined your mentorship, and then I got the paperwork, got it done, made 19,000 on that.
You assigned that deal?
Yeah.
Did you assign it to another student, or did you assign it to another buyer?
No, to another buyer.
19 grand on assigning a sub 2 deal.
Yeah, dude.
How dope is that?
2 days.
This is the thing that people don't understand. Like, wholesaling is so oversaturated, first and foremost. And we wholesale too. Like, I love wholesale, but what people don't realize is that you can wholesale sub 2, wholesale seller finance. So here you go. You've got hundreds of other wholesalers attacking this same property, but they're only lowballing this seller. So you come in like Superman, and you're like, yo, I can give you a higher number. I can make this work. And then on top of it, you probably made more of an assignment fee selling a subject to deal than they would have assigning a cash deal.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At a higher price.
Yes, I was getting offered 2,500 on the cash deal. I got 19 on a creative.
Oh my gosh, dude!
And it helped the seller. Like, that was the most important thing for me. This lady, single mom, 3 kids, just got divorced. Want to move out of town. Realtors are telling her to fix it. She cannot even afford a mortgage. How would she fix her property? Cash buyers are lowballing the heck out of her. Every cash buyer I reach out to is telling me, listen, you gotta be here. You gotta be here. And I was like, this is the solution. So I was so happy, man. That was my first introduction to sub 2. And dude, I got addicted. Like, I got addicted because I feel like with the sub 2, you truly solve problems for people. That's what I really love about it. So
you can get creative. Like, the thing I see with guys like you is you're too smart for wholesale. Okay. Yes. And here's what I mean by that. You're like, you go into an appointment, a seller says, hey, I got to be at this number, whatever. And you're sitting there thinking, like, there's got to be some way I can help this person. There's got to be some way I can help this person. Most people are like, well, I guess the numbers don't work. I'm going to move on to the next lead. A guy like you with a super smart brain is like, I know there's something I'm missing. Yeah. And so you go figure that out. And now what's fun is watching you get super creative with the deals you're currently working and having the freedom to let that brain run, 100 miles an hour and go out and solve problems for sellers nobody else can do.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's amazing. And like you said, even now when I get cash deals, it's funny. In December, my last creative flip that I did, which is the Novation, the guy wanted cash, and it could have worked as a cash deal. But like you said, my brain, I went to him. I was like, let's meet face to face. I went, and he was sitting on the stair, and I closed him on Novation. And now that guy, his best friend, is becoming my private lender because I solved the problem for him that nobody could. He was going through some personal stuff.
Bro, people don't understand what you just said. Let me break that down. People are they don't understand. First and foremost, people think I got to start with wholesale. Wrong. If I had to start all over again, I would never start with wholesale. Now, I would wholesale a sub 2 or I would wholesale a seller finance. But I would go after sub 2. I would go after seller finance as my first deal. We just had Dante Smith in the mentorship. Check this out. He's like, I've been trying to wholesale for a year. My first deal I ever got came in, 3 days into the mentorship. I didn't even know what a novation agreement was. He wholesales a novation agreement as his first deal ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Dope,
same thing with you.
dope.
Like, you're wholesaling a sub-2 deal, $19,000. You guys are doing deals that most investors don't even know exist.
Yeah.
But the thing that you just said is you go in to a seller and you could have bought this deal with cash.
Yes.
But instead you're like, yo, if I buy it with a novation agreement, I don't have to go get a loan. I could probably make an extra $10,000 on the deal, maybe even give the seller a little bit more money. And that is hard for people to understand. Like, you're going to give the seller more money, but you're going to make more money. I don't understand how that's possible. But the best part about it is that you then convert that seller into a private lender.
Yes.
So when people are like, well, I need private money, it's like, your sellers can be one of the greatest source of private lending ever.
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually my third seller that I converted into private lender.
Bro, who are you? Are you Superman?
I'm somebody. The way my brain works is I learn today, I implement tomorrow. I don't just want to sit and consume. So every time I'm on a Zoom with you and you talk about all this crazy stuff you did, I'm like, okay, I need to find a problem to practice this, and that's what I do. I
freaking love it.
You know, and then I do it. That's
it's one of my favorite things about you, dude. Like, you implement. It's interesting too, like a guy like you, how hardworking you are, how smart you are. At one point you thought, I might need to quit this because this might be a scam.
Yeah, dude. And I think that's because, you know, the online platforms give platform to a lot of people that stopped doing deals years ago, and they just regurgitating information. And you go to all these meetups and you have these people that I call online go-givers, right? They're go-givers at a meetup, they're go-givers on live zones, but as soon as you call them in real life to actually really help you, it's a whole nother story, right? So I've decided to not do that. You know, I've helped so many people in my market get their first deal. Most of them joined us up too. After we did our first deal, I just, you know, in December, I just helped a listing agent. She couldn't move the deal. I just helped her close on that deal, you know, help the family move out and everything. And she just joined us up too as well. And we're about to do more deals like that. So it's amazing, man. It's amazing. The creative finance is amazing. How many lives you can impact. It's
pretty obvious. Like, you can help a lot of people. So if I'm in the audience, guys, go to Instagram at Real Estate Diallo. You don't have to be this. This is somebody's in the audience right now listening, because we'll get 10,000 people listen to this podcast. And somebody will go, well, he's in Maryland, he can't help me. Guys, he can help you all over the country. And if he can't help you, he will connect you with a student who can help you from sub-2. Mamadou is well connected all over the country. So bring opportunities, bring deals to him. Now, what I will suggest, if you are somebody who wants to hang out and do deals with Mamadou, do not say, hey, Mamadou, I got a question. Can I take you out to lunch? Can I ask you for coffee? Don't do any of that stuff. Okay, that's not what busy people want to hear. What they want to hear is, hey, Mamadou, can I go in an appointment and hold the camera for you so you can get good content? Or, hey, Mamadou, can I bring you a lead? You can show me how to do the deal and I'll split the profits with you. Or let Mamadou come up with the terms. If somebody came to me and was like, Pace, bring me a problem with no equity, seller wants too much money, and I will lock up the deal for you, I would have walked away from my first creative finance deal happily without making any money if somebody would have just shown me what to do.
Yes.
Nobody did. Literally nobody did. I paid $47,000 to a mentor years and years ago who hadn't done a transaction in 10 years just to find out that most of what he taught was just stuff I could find out on YouTube. And the thing is, like, a real mentorship and a real person that's going to help you out is going to get involved in a transaction with you, help you understand that actual transaction. You guys need to reach out to Mamadou. Now, Mamadou, last question before we wrap up, because I always want to make sure to keep these really short so that the audience stays and watches the whole thing. Like Sunday service, I'll do it an hour and a half, but these the main thing is I want to introduce you to the audience. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're brand new, right? Let's say that you had to start all over right now today.
Right.
How would you go about generating leads? What's the best way to generate leads?
I would say driving for dollars. You know, I used to drive for dollars before I could even afford the applications. I used to do the 7-day trials on all the apps and cancel right before I have to pay the full amount. And I would drive for dollars, and build the lists and just go on truepeoplesearch.com, which is a free skip tracing, and they like skip trace them one by one and hand dial it. That's how I used to do it. But there's I would say driving for dollars, to be honest.
Is it that simple, dude?
It's that simple, but people, I think the more easy it gets, the more excuses people come up with, right? I have so many people reach out to me. They're like, please, I just need $100 to pay prop stream. Please, I just need this. I just need that in my DMs, right? On my phone, because I'm so helpful. Like now I stop. Like I used to give my phone like instantly, like call me, I would help out. But I found people just call you with no value at all. And they just want to pick your brain. So now I stop, right? But it's like, I'm like, I haven't made no excuses. I didn't have it, but I was driving for dollars using these applications, the free trial, the 7 days free trial. Like, be smart, be resourceful. You know what I mean? The counties, the list are free, completely free. Or like you said, somebody like me, if you're my market and you want to drive for dollars for me or knock on doors for me, I pay these applications for you.
I like that.
Right?
If you guys live in Baltimore, Maryland, you guys live in DC area, anywhere within like an hour of that area, that's what I would do. I would go to Mamadou and I would say, teach me how to drive for deals. I will go find those houses. I will do anything you want if you call these leads and we work them together. Bro, that is a major plug. Like, are you kidding me? Somebody goes, because people know driving for deals, right? They know go out and we own a company called Batch Driven. So guys, use Batch Driven. That's the company we use for driving for deals. Let's say I go and drive for deals. Okay, what next?
Right.
The thing I tell everybody is go find a sub-2 student in your local market and attach yourself to that person, bring those houses to them and get coached, like individually get coached in that market by that student. Dude, that's huge.
Yep. Yep.
You would actually call those sellers for people so they didn't have to worry about it?
Absolutely, Pace. Absolutely. I've given that opportunity to like 4 people. And guess what? They gave up after 2 days. They're like, this thing doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, dude. People have the thing is, the reason why people fail in real estate is the same reason why they fail at anything in life, is they literally just don't show up.
Yes, dude. Yes.
So guys, if you're somebody that's going to show up and doesn't make excuses, you need to reach out to Mamadou Diallo, Real Estate Diallo on Instagram.
Yep.
And Mamadou, I freaking love you, man. You're the freaking
I love
best.
you, bro. I love you more. You're my real life hero.
You're my real life hero, dude.
You know, and like my confidence, you built my confidence to a level you cannot even imagine. Like when I joined the mentorship, the first time I heard you say, hey, you're my partner, go use my name, leverage me, dude. Like that was it for me. You cannot talk to me after that. So
I remember I've written you a couple credibility emails, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But like just the confidence on the phone. Like I'm in this zone, like just remember what you told me in the beginning when I got in. And every time I'm talking to a seller, I'm in that zone. Like you cannot talk to me. I have millions to buy real estate. This, you know what I mean? So look, dude, it's been crazy. I'm a buyer in my market now. I take people to ride along, so I have fix and flips going, but only action takers, like you said. Action takers.
Yes.
Action takers. So yeah.
Guys, this is Mamadou Diallo, Real Estate Diallo on Instagram. And this is the Get Creative podcast. If you guys need help in your local market, reach out to other sub-2 students. You can always go to our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/creative finance with Pace Morby. But if you're in the Baltimore, Maryland area, DC area, make sure you are linking in with Mamadou, but bring him value. Don't bring him stupid questions that you can find on YouTube. Let's all be adults here. Let's go out and make that money. Mamadou, thank you for being on the Get Creative podcast.
Thank you so much, Pace. Thank you, man. Peace out, guys.
Hey, dude, you're the freaking best.
Thank you.
We're
You
gonna post
too,
this week. You better get ready. You'll get blown up on your DMs like for a
I know. That's what. Let me. Can I put this in my stories if you don't mind?
Of course, please.
Dude, yeah, this is amazing. Thank you so much for the opportunity. This is
I'm sorry it's taken us this long to get it done.
Yo, man, I get it. You know? Do you know what's crazy? I haven't watched your show yet. The flipping show you got going with
Who cares?
I haven't watched an episode yet.
It doesn't matter.